The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Welcome to today's Platinum Millionaire Agent webinar with your host, Todd Walters.
Thanks, Andrea. Okay, hope everybody's ready to get going here. This is going to be a really, really good webinar, okay? So I'm going to say this now, and then I'll say it in a few minutes. The last week, or the fourth Tuesday of each month, the fourth Tuesday of every month at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Here's what we do. I pick out one of our systems, okay, from this vast millionaire agent business franchise, you know, that you have. I pick out one system from it, and believe me, there's a lot of them. And I highlight that, I talk about it, and we create basically a to-do webinar, or how to do or implement this system webinar, and that's what these are. So even over the course of a year, you know, that would be 12 of these. It's not enough because there's way more systems involved in that. But I do try to pick out the ones and even repeat them from time to time. Like this webinar I'm doing today is not the first time I've highlighted this system in the last 12 years, okay? Not the first time, but I decided it was a good time to do it, being the timing in the year, okay? So, again, that's the fourth Tuesday of every month. Pick out a system. Here's how you do X, okay? And today, it's your follow-up system, okay? Because it's, I don't know, almost, maybe, the most important system that you have. I'll tell you why here in a minute. Okay, on your screen right now, I've thrown up the Events tab. So if you go to CraigProctorCoaching.com, you click on Schedule, then you click on Events, and you get the Platinum Schedule. If you're a Platinum member, this is what you see. You see the Platinum events. Okay. Now, if you know Platinum members have access to coaching and other things, you may see it, but these things in gold are the Platinum events, live events. Okay. So coming up, Platinum OSA workshop. You and many and your outside sales agents are coming here to Atlanta, February 1st, 2nd, and 3rd, and I'm going to train you guys just like you join my real estate sales team, starting from the time the lead showed up. For the rest of the time that lead is alive, living, and our business is in existence. Like what happens after the lead shows up forever. And that's what the workshop is, okay? So if you've never been to one, you're in for a real treat. If you've been to them before, you know why you keep coming back and sending your agents. So that's what's going to happen February 1st and 2nd. And the 3rd is training on our new Millionaire Agent platform. It'll be an introduction for many of you, but training on it. So for those of you sticking around for the 3rd, that's what's going on. Okay. March 12th, 13th, a regional boot camp. We just did one of those recently in Toronto. It was fantastic. We had a great 2 days. Okay. And day 1, all about getting more listings. Day 2, growing your team. Unfortunately, the one in March here is full. We didn't have a big room, but I wanted to squeeze it in since I was in the area. So, but it's full. And we'll have another regional boot camp coming up later in the year. We already have one on the agenda for Toronto. You can see that in August. But check this out. We have uploaded the agenda. Check it out. We've uploaded the agenda for April 14th, 15th, and 16th for our annual Platinum Money Making Summit in Anaheim, California. Okay? The agenda, you can see it right here, is uploaded. When you download the agenda and look at it, you're going to see in big letters, happy days. So this is going to be a fun money-making summit, okay? 2.5 days, almost 3 days long, okay? So check it out, read it in depth, and get registered for it, okay? This is for you and your key people. This is for you and your key men, okay? It's not for outside sales agents, you know, because we're going to be talking about them. So you may not want to have them there unless they're a key person in your business, your right-hand person, all right? So we're expecting everybody there. It will be monumental, historic, because you're going to see things that you've never heard of or seen before, okay? So we're anxious to get to that day. I'm so excited about it, right? Just want to bring that to everybody's attention, okay? So one other thing I've got to show you here, so I need everybody to pay real close attention. I'm going to get this on record, okay? Look right here, okay? So hopefully you're looking at your screen. I'm going to get a pen, and I want you to look right here. Everybody see this? My account. Okay, now this is very important. Please, I know some of you guys are looking at email and you're talking to somebody on your cell phone, but I want you to, hopefully you can hear my voice and you can get back to your monitor and computer screen and you can follow me here. This is important for you. My account. Okay, I'm going to walk you guys through this, so pay very close attention because we have some communication problems. Okay, my account, edit profile, and when again, my account, edit profile. Everybody see that? When you click on edit profile, okay, check this out. Phone. So let me draw a circle over here. Matter of fact, I'll use my highlighter and I'm going to go phone. Okay, everybody see that? Now, most of you got the email for today's webinar. You received it. You're a Platinum Program member and you received the email. So you clicked on the link and you registered. Or Andrea registered you and you got the reminder emails. One of those things happened, okay? But in case you don't know this, we also text you. We text you a reminder the day of the webinar. If you're not getting those text messages, it's because we do not have a valid phone number for you, okay? We just don't have it. So if I come over here and I click on phone, okay, I want you to look at how this works. You have your phone number, what kind of phone number it is, and then there's a status, whether you're subscribed or not subscribed to our broadcast. Okay, now here's why I want everybody to put in their most updated phone number. We don't spam you. It's just the day of the webinar, we send you a pleasant text message with a link to the webinar. And overwhelmingly, our members have requested this service. But so everyone knows, we've been doing it. We've been doing it for a long time. So if you're not getting the text reminder the day of the webinar, which makes it nice and easy and convenient for you. And if you forget about the webinars, if you're off somewhere, you can click on it with your phone and it's right there for you. You can watch, you can follow along, you can listen, you can participate from your handheld device. Okay? It's been there for a while. We want you to be getting these reminders, and it's very important. So that's where you update your cell phone numbers. I'm walking through it again. Up here in the upper right-hand corner, my account, edit profile, click, and it brings you to your edit profile. And this is where you edit everything. Okay? Click on phone, and voila, add a new phone, and manage your cell phone numbers from there. Okay? That's how it works. Okay, and that's me. There's my phone number. I'm opted in. I get text messages from Andrea, which is important because I want to see what you're getting. And there you have it. Everybody good there? Great. Okay, so I'm going to pause that. I'm going to erase all of these drawings. Go back to my normal drawing tool. Open this back up. Go back to dashboard. All right, now, one more time. The fourth Tuesday of every month, I pick out one of our systems that I believe you should have down, pat, implemented, working fully if you're a Platinum member within the first few months of getting into this level. This is, if I'm going to talk about it, this is something you should have implemented already. So if you have this implemented already, then what you're doing is to make sure that you've got it fully implemented. It's working exactly the way that we present it. So you compare what I'm going to show you today to how you're doing things now. And then it will reveal the holes in your business if you're not doing it exactly that way. And if you don't have it implemented at all, then you'll go to work on implementing it. So today, it's the Platinum follow-up system. Okay, great. All right, so now that we've got everybody's attention, I'm going to step through this very slowly. It's going to take me about 45 minutes to do it, and then we'll open this up to questions. And then we're recording this webinar. We'll put it up there, and we'll have a brand new how to implement your Platinum level follow-up system from A to Z for you to go back and watch and make sure you get this fully implemented, working the right way. Okay, great. All right. So grab your notepad, grab your pen, and let's follow along here. Make some notes. Ask your questions along the way up in the upper right-hand corner, and we'll do a really good job on that. And Andrea, if as I'm moving through this, if you see a question that looks like we should answer it right away, just interrupt me. That'll be just fine. Okay?
You got it.
Alrighty. Okay, so let's get started. Follow-up. Now, in the coaching program, when you jump in here, buy Craig's system, and you get the Quantum Leap system initiated, one of the coaching sessions, okay, which is right here under resources, if I click on session materials, one of them is why follow-up is everything. It's right there, number 4, session number, why follow-up is everything, okay? Now, as you know, the coaching program is an introduction into the basics of Craig Proctor's Quantum Leap system. The Platinum program is where we actually take the Millionaire Agent system and we help you implement it. Okay, copy and implement the systems to have a millionaire, multimillionaire agent business. Okay, a net $1 million real estate business. That's my goal for you. So let me make it clear. If you're on this webinar today, my goal, my mission, my team's mission, our staff's mission is the coach's mission is to get your business, your real estate business to a millionaire agent business, i.e. high 6, 7-figure net, NET, income business. So if that's not your goal, then your goals will be accomplished. If your goal is less than that, your goals will definitely be accomplished. Okay? Okay, so everybody's good there? On average, that should take about 36 months. So if you come into this program and you're making $250,000 within 36 months, you should be at or just above $1 million in GCI. Okay? If you're already there, then it should be a net income of something like that within 36 months. That's the average. For some a little longer, some a little shorter. It's all about your ability to copy and implement these systems. Okay? Follow-up is everything. So let's start with the very beginning of follow-up. And I'm going to use the coaching site for this. Okay? And I'm going to walk you right into the platinum level, the millionaire agent systems as a platinum member you should be employing and using and leveraging in your business to follow up effectively with the leads that you're getting. And it's actually easier than you may think it is. But we want to start with the follow-up script because I want to point out a couple of quick things to you. This is not a training call on what to say to the leads when you call them, okay? But I do want to point out something to you. So I'm going to move pretty quick here. I clicked on follow-up script on the dashboard, okay? This is the follow-up script. You can download it, print it. Everybody should have it printed, should have it committed to memory. So a few key points on the follow-up script. Okay, I'm going to grab my pen here. There are 4 offers. Everybody listen. There are 4 offers on this follow-up script. So if you're new to the follow-up script or you do not have a command of it yet, or the people that you're hiring and teaching this to don't have a command of it yet, go ahead and do this. Memorize the 4 offers first. Most people start at the very beginning of the script and try to memorize that way. Start with the first word, hello, my name is, or hello is Mr. Smith there. Hello, my name is Todd Walters with Todd Walters Real Estate. The reason I'm calling is, I understand that, and but that's the easy part of this to memorize. The most difficult part of it's going to be the offers. You can mess a lot of things up, but you really can't mess up the offers, okay? And we've watched this. When I'm rotating with people, I'm just trying to see if they're going to make the offer. Okay, so there are 4 offers, okay? Here's an offer. Here's an offer. Buy first offer. Here's another one of the offers. Sell first offer. Here's another offer, the newsletter offer. And here's another one of the offers, the follow-up offer. Everybody see that? There's 4 offers. So you want to memorize all 4 of these. And if you memorize the offers, it's going to be way easier for you to succeed, less likely to fail. Okay, so that's the first step. All right, now let's talk about the follow-up side of this. And let me erase my drawings. Okay, next. We have the lead. Now what? Well, we have the script. Okay, we talked about, that briefly. Okay, but what I want to do today is I want to drill down on the leads that require follow-up. So let me repeat. I understand every lead you generate must be followed up with, but for today's webinar, we want to talk about the follow-up system, the leads that will require ongoing follow-up. So what kind of leads that might be? Well, How about this? If your business is about referrals and sphere of influence, people calling you saying, hey, Billy Bob told me to give you a call, said you could help me sell my house. Yeah, I saw Sue at church the other day. She said to call you. You were the man or you were the woman to sell my house. Hey, so-and-so in my neighborhood sold their house, and I'm calling you because you did such a good job selling their house. Those kinds of things, those kinds of leads that call you like that, you don't really need a follow-up system. Just return the calls, book the appointment, and go see them. Okay? That's about it. Like, if your business is referral, like, what kind of follow-up system do you need? So, but as you expand your real estate business here, implement our marketing systems, you're going to get leads. Number one, aren't expecting your call, are expecting your call, but are very skeptical. They're strangers. They don't know much about you. Okay? And that list goes on and on, right? So here's how that should work. Okay? Lead calls up, or you call the lead, doesn't matter. But they say, no, I'm not planning on making a move in the next 3 to 6 months. Okay? Here's the question right here. Are you folks planning on making a move in the next 3 to 6 months? So your job is to separate your leads into 2 categories. Those that are ready to make a move in the next 3 to 6 months, and those that aren't. Those that are planning on making a move in the next 3 to 6 months, and those that aren't. Emphasis on the word planning. Those that are planning on making a move in the next 3 to 6 months, those that aren't. Everyone who's planning on making a move in the next 3 to 6 months, you're going to make these offers. Buy first offer, sell first offer. Everyone who says, yes, I am planning on making a move in the next 3 to 6 months, you're going to get to the offer. You're going to close for a face-to-face appointment. Let me repeat. They're planning on making a move in the next 3 to 6 months, close for a face-to-face appointment. They're planning on making a move in the next 3 to 6 months, close for a face-to-face appointment with one of these 2 offers, depending on whether buy first or sell first. Clear? Great. What happens if they're not planning on making a move in the next 3 to 6 months? Okay? Are you planning on making a move in the next 3 to 6 months? I don't think so. Maybe. We're not sure. Okay, so are you staying in the area or moving away? Well, we stay in the area. Okay, so if you were to make a move, when do you think that might be? Probably at the end of the summer, after school's out, blah, blah, blah. So run your calendar numbers, and if it's longer than 6 months, then it's longer than 6 months. So what do we do? Okay, you ready for this? This starts your follow-up system for these kinds of prospects. All right? It's longer than 6 months. Here's the offer. Would you like to receive my free monthly newsletter to keep you in touch with what's happening in the marketplace? Would you like to receive my free monthly newsletter to keep you in touch with what's happening in the marketplace? And the prospect is going to say, yes, sure, that sounds great. Okay, can I get your address? Or, okay, can I get your email address? Or, okay, let me verify your information. You want to leverage this newsletter to get the missing piece of information, whatever you're missing. Email address, mailing address. It's likely you'll be missing one of those. I'll give you an example. If they ordered a free report through one of your information lines, you're not going to have their email address. If they ordered a free report from your website landing pages, you're not going to have their mailing address, most likely. Okay, so are you planning on making a move in the next 3 to 6 months? No. Would you guys be interested in receiving my free monthly newsletter to keep you in touch with what's happening in the marketplace? Sure. Okay, can I get your address? Okay, can I get your email address? Whichever one you're missing, leverage the newsletter offer to get the missing piece of information. Everybody clear with that? If you have what appears to be all their information, verify it. Okay, let me verify your information. I'm not telling them I'm emailing it. I'm not telling them I'm direct mailing it. I'm just leveraging the newsletter to get the missing piece of information. So everybody's clear on that? Okay. Now what? Still on the phone with them. Okay, so let's walk through it. Are you folks planning on making a move next 3 to 6 months? No, not really, but we are planning on making a move. It'll be, next spring, blah, blah. Okay. Would you like to receive my free monthly newsletter to keep you in touch with what's happening in the marketplace? Oh, yeah, sure. Okay. Let me verify your information here. Your email address is this. Your address is that. Yep. That's it. Okay. Fantastic. Well, would it be okay if I followed up with you at a later time? Yeah, sure. Okay. Well, when would be a good time for me to call you back? Well, why don't you call me back in June? Okay, thank you. The number that I have is 770-355-8010. Is there another number that would be a good number to call back as well? Okay, so get as many phone numbers as you can, leveraging them saying yes to the callback offer. Thank them for their time and hang up.
Now, talk quickly before we move on. Sorry to interrupt you. One of our members is asking, can you clarify what the Market Watch newsletter is? Is it our own newsletter or is it the one on the website?
Yep. Okay. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to save that for just a second because I'm going to show it to everyone. So let me just save that question. That's good, and I'm glad you asked that. It's okay to interrupt me. Please do. If you see a question there, do you think it's important? Okay. So let's make sure that we're all clear on it. Are you planning on making a move in the next 3 to 6 months? No. Okay. I am still planning on moving, doing this, doing that. Okay, fantastic. Would you like to receive my free monthly newsletter to keep you in touch with what's going on in the marketplace? That's a free service. You're not obligated to anything. Yeah, sure. Okay. Let me get your address. Okay, because I have their email address. They give me their address. Okay. And would it be okay if I followed up with you at a later time? Yeah, sure. When would be a good time for me to call you back? Why don't you call me back in June? Okay, fantastic. The number I have, is there another number that would be a good number to call back as well? Okay, fantastic. Thank you. And we'll talk to you soon. Take care. Click, hang up. Everybody got that? That's how this works. Longer term prospects. Okay? So now what? Now we go to our contact management system. So let me erase all of our drawings here. We go to our CRM. Okay? And I'm going to assume that Platinum members, the majority of them are using CP Millionaire Agent Platform. And what we've done is we've given you the Platinum follow-up plans. Okay? So built into the system, into that CRM, is the follow-up plans. Okay? So here are the follow-up plans. Okay? So rather than me take you to the contact management show thing, let me just walk you through. It's real simple. Okay? Number one, schedule a callback in half the time that they say. Everybody get that? Schedule a callback in half the time that they say. Okay, number one. Number two, sign them up to receive your electronic monthly newsletter. Sign them up to receive your electronic monthly newsletter. Okay, so what is that? Let me show it to you. Since we had that good question asked, I'm going to open up a new window here. Give me a second. I'll show you how that works. And I'll make it very easy for you guys. So let's go to okay, just go to your website. Okay, check it out. This is correct. This is our templated site with success. Same thing with Millionaire Agent. Okay, and we just sign them up to receive the newsletter. Everybody see that? That's how it works, man. Okay? Sign them up right there. All right, so let's go back. Where was I? Oh, I lost my page. Let's make sure everybody's on the same page here. Doing this in real time, live, not recorded. We're going to sign them up. Now, what are they going to get? They're going to get this. Okay? When you sign them up, every month they're going to receive this automatically, and that's all I did, is I signed them up to receive the drip campaign from our website. So whether it's Success, CP Millionaire Agent, Everybody got it? Okay, that's number 2 on the checklist or on the activity plan. Number 1, schedule a call for half the time they say. Number 2, sign them up to receive our electronic newsletter. Everybody's good? All right, number 3. Okay, let's go back to the coaching site. Okay, number 3, launch one of the 3 follow-up plans via direct mail. Okay, so let's go back and let's talk about the differences between sellers and buyers. Okay, if it's a buyer, they're already getting houses from you most likely. And if it's not a buyer, that's what buyers get. They get snapshots of homes for sale. So however you want to do that, that's what they get. Everybody get that? So buyers want houses. Okay, so that's what we send buyers. The problem that most of you guys have is following up with your seller leads, the ones that are a little further out to listing their homes. So I want to put emphasis today on that. Number 1, schedule a call in half the time they say. Number 2, sign them up to receive your newsletter electronically, both buyers and sellers. Number 3, buyers, they get houses, snapshots of homes. Sellers, they're going to get direct mail in their mailbox. Marketing materials that will pre-sell them on doing business with you over and above anybody else and any other option. In the coaching program, we call this the gold plan. In the platinum program, we call it the platinum follow-up system. Okay? Okay, so there is a difference. Okay, so let's take a look then at what we send them and how often you send them. Okay, remember, you're talking to a seller prospect. They indicated how far out their time frame was. Now you've got a decision to make. As a matter of fact, here, I'm going to pull up a Word document, and I'm going to spell this out for you and make it really easy. Dadgummit, I forgot to show you something. Okay, here we go. Okay, so there were 3. That's so tiny, I can't even see it. I'm going to blow that up here. We go with big numbers. That's good enough. Okay, there were 3 platinum follow-up plans in CP Millionaire Agent. Okay? All right, and we're going to call these, matter of fact, let's go ahead and say for longer term sellers. How about that? Okay, number 1, call back in half the time they say. All right, number 2, subscribe into your electronic newsletter. All right. Number 3, launch direct mail plan. So what direct mail plan? Well, there's 3 of them. 3 direct mail plans in CP Millionaire Agent. Okay? Once every other week. Once every 3 weeks. Once a month. Did I see that? Everybody get that? Once every other week. Once every 3 weeks. Once a month. Okay, so you want to know how often to mail to somebody? Pick one of those plans and launch it. Now, what would determine picking a direct mail plan? Well, what they told you on the telephone. So you know, it's important that you make a decision here on this. This is why Craig and I aren't real keen on just things arbitrarily being applied or automatically being applied to your leads. Having eyeballs on the leads and people make a decision on the follow-up plan, it's just better. It's way better than having everything automatic. Okay? Trust me. Okay, otherwise you'll screw it up. They'll get something too often or not enough. All right. So every other week, once every 3 weeks, or once a month. Again, this is direct mail. This is material that's going to go in the mail into their, quote, mailbox. Okay? You've got to decide how often you want them to receive your stuff. So if you talk to somebody who's planning on doing something, say, in the next 3 months, but you just can't close for the appointment right now, they may get something from you every other week. If somebody's a year out, once a month. So use your own good sense and figure out which one of those plans you want to launch. Once every other week, once every 3 weeks, once a month. Okay? Now, what are they going to get? What do you send them? Okay, well, most of you that are watching this webinar right now know what to send them, but I'm going to show you. Okay? So here I am in the file library on our coaching site, and we've got this library here called Platinum Follow-Up Systems. Everybody see that? Okay? You can follow along. Recommend that you do. Okay? I'm also going to, where's it at? Here we go. Draw your attention to this file library called Dan Kennedy Material. Okay? So for those of you who don't know the story about Mr. Kennedy, Dan is one of the top copywriters in the world, one of the most expensive copywriters in the world, if not the most expensive. And Craig Proctor, well, we pulled a bunch of money together and we paid Dan about $250,000 or more to write for us marketing copy for you guys to use. Okay? So you can hire Dan and he can write your marketing copy for you, but that's what you're looking at. Okay, so my guess is you don't want to spend that. No need in it. Just use what we had done for you. Okay, and the materials are there. So in this Dan Kennedy material library are materials that we would like for you to use. Okay, but some of it you absolutely do not use in this context. Let me repeat. Some of it you do not use in this context. What context is that? These 3 follow-up plans, or it's the same follow-up plan, it's just the frequency they get your materials. So if we go back and we look at this, and I explain this a little bit deeper, there are 3 direct mail plans, but they're all the same. It's the same material. It's just how often they get it from you. Okay? So let's go back to the coaching site. I don't think I'm moving too fast for everyone. I'm going to Platinum Follow-Up Systems Library. And let me show you what to send. Okay? It's quite simple. Here we go. Write this down. ID 1341. Seller Prospect Cover Letter number 1. All right? Everybody get that? ID 1342, 43, 44, 45, and 46. 1341, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46. These are just cover letters. You can see that's what they say. Seller Prospect Cover Letter number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5, number 6. There are 6 cover letters. Okay? And when you run through them all, just start them over. Run back through them again. That's how it works. Every cover letter is a little bit different, but the same. And that's okay. It's important. Trust me. Use these cover letters when you mail the Dan Kennedy materials. Okay, so let's go and look at Seller Prospect Cover Letter number 1. Let's just pull it up. It's a Word document. I'm just going to open it right up for you. Okay, oops. Let's walk through this, okay? This is it. It's a Word document. You guys can see it, okay? Okay, most of these are editable, so you're going to download them, and you're going to edit them, and just upload them to your contact management system if you want, okay? Or have them handy so you can print, okay? For example, you probably wouldn't use my phone number. You probably wouldn't say you've sold over 6,000 houses unless you have. Okay, 24 years, that's a long time to be doing this. What kind of fool does this for 24 years? All right, so, you know, make sure you change the things. All right, now let's look up here. Dear Home Seller, this logo. So what goes up here in your header? Right, your header. Okay, your USP header. So let's stop there. What should the header on your letterhead look like? Does anybody know? Okay, well, let me show you one. Okay, we just look at it actually. Here we go. There's a good letterhead right there. Pretty close to it anyway. It's missing the call to action for obvious reasons. Okay, but your call to action would be on here. What you want people to do when they read your header. Your home sold guaranteed or I'll buy it. What do I do now? Okay, that is what's missing from this header on this website, obviously here for obvious reasons. Okay. Okay, so
Todd,
that's
we have quite a few questions coming in. I feel bad interrupting you, even though you said to.
See, that's okay, because if I'm relying on you to interrupt me, Andrea, because otherwise I'm just going to keep talking, man, and hopefully people are writing this down and following along. But go ahead, let's take a few of these.
Yeah, and the reason I felt compelled to interrupt you is because one of our members, and we're getting quite a few questions about Sync, and about one of the questions from Austin. We just joined Sync. And do we have a Market Watch newsletter in the CRM? So a lot of members, that's their question is, you talked about success, but does Sync also have this?
There is no follow-up, and our follow-up materials are not in the Commissions Inc. or CRM Plus. Our follow-up materials are in the CP Millionaire Agent platform, okay, which is powered by Commissions Inc. Okay, so just write that down. Hey, I'm a new Platinum member, I'm a Platinum member, and Todd and Craig have worked with Commissions Inc. to get all of the proctored materials and activity plans put into that system, and it's a exclusive CRM, contact management system. So write this down, find out about that. Okay, that's all you got to do. Now, here's how you find out about it. Ready? I'll just give you an email address, and then we can deal with that, you know, off the webinar. It's platinum@toddwalters.com. Platinum@toddwalters.com. Person who's going to get these emails they're going to come running down here in a minute. Platinum@toddwalters.com. Email, just write that down and we'll deal with that separately. Okay? So 2 different things. Commissions Inc. platform, Millionaire Agent platform powered by Commissions Inc. So just imagine your Commissions Inc. platform proctorized. How about that? Right, that's what you want. The official contact management system for the Quantum Leap system and Platinum members exclusively. It's got all of our stuff in it. All right. So again, that's a different topic for a different session, but just write that down. You can email and we can match you up with that. Okay, because it's available now for Platinum members. Right.
And
so,
Austin, I may have asked his question wrong. We may end up having to get him on the line, but he's saying no, the Market Watch newsletter. Maybe when we get to the Q&A portion, we can open his line for clarification.
Yeah, we can do that. We can do that. Our materials, our content, our newsletters, our everything, our drip campaigns, everything is in there for people to use. Okay, it's just that Austin is not using it right now, right? Because it's, if he was, then he would know that it's there, right? So anyway, we'll deal with that, and I recommend we deal with that offline. Okay, let's talk about the system first, and then as far as executing and implementing the system, that's what our coaches are for, and we help you on implementing that. I'm going to walk you through what everything should look like and do. We're doing a pretty good job of that so far, taking our time. So you guys are good paying attention. So let's back up and let's. Was there another question in relationship to that, Andrew?
No, that pretty much covered the gamut of questions for now.
All right, good. Yep, glad everybody's asking about that. We want everybody using that platform. All right, so let's back up. Where are we? Well, we have launched now a follow-up plan by mail to the seller prospect. He's not ready to do anything now, and I picked one. Is he going to get my materials in the mail every other week, every 3 weeks, or once a month? Okay, pick one. All right, now, what is he going to get? Well, when I go back to the coaching site, okay, Platinum Follow-Up Systems Library. Again, there are 6 cover letters. Cover letter number 1, all right, it's separated, I don't know why, but must have uploaded some other stuff in between. 6 cover letters, and I give you the ID numbers on those, show them to you right now, okay? 6 cover letters. Cover letter number 1, cover letter 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and when you run through them, just start them over. If you haven't converted the prospect yet to a listing, okay, or you talk to them and their moving plans have changed, start them over. If they move their moving plans up and you want them to get your stuff more frequently, delete that plan and launch another follow-up plan where they get it more frequently. Same thing. The other side, if they've changed their plans and they're going to be moving in a longer time frame, stop the plan and launch the other plan so they get the stuff not so often. Okay, good. All right, so we downloaded cover letter number 1 as example, and this is just a Word document, okay? And up here in this big space up top, okay, you've got to have your letterhead, your USP and call to action must be on your letterhead. Go ahead and design. If you don't have a letterhead design, make sure it's there. I've got lots of letterhead here on my desk that where the headers are there, and most of them are pretty good, but most of them are missing call to action. So if you look at Craig's face here, Craig Proctor Home Buying and Selling System, your home sold guaranteed or buy, that's a really good header. Okay, you just want to add your call to action. You can put your credentials, Remax, address, you know, whatever other credentials you want down at the very bottom as a footer. That's what I would do. Okay, but make sure you have a call to action. Okay, now you're saying, well, what's the call to action, Todd? Okay, everybody pay real close attention. I'll show you this real quickly. Tools, ad generator, USP ads for sellers, your home sold or I'll buy it. Okay, here it is. This, my friends, is your call to action. So if you want to know what your call to action should be in your letterhead banner, on your business card, on your website banner, anything branded, that's your call to action right there. Okay, this language, just copy it and implement it. Your home sold, guaranteed, or I'll buy it. Okay, for more information on my guaranteed sale program, order a free report at this web address, call this information line, or call me direct. Just copy what you see right there. Don't monkey with it. Don't change it around. Just copy that, okay, and you'll be in business. Okay, so for someone who may be brand new to our programming system, you've got to create a URL and forward that domain name to the landing page associated with that marketing campaign. Okay, so in this case, guaranteedhomesale.com, freeguaranteereport.com, whatever URL you register for $8 on GoDaddy, and forward to the landing page for that marketing campaign. Okay, so if you're Craig Proctor and you register guaranteedsalereport.com, okay, well, I'm going to land them right on that page. We buy your home for cash. Okay, everybody see that? I just forwarded to that landing page. Okay, all right, good. Let's go back and look at the call to action one more time. Check this out. In your call to actions, you'll notice that we lead with the free report offer via website and info line. Why is that? Well, the reason is because the majority of people that are going to see your stuff, any of your marketing, are not going to be ready to buy a house from you today or list their house with you today. They're going to be a little further out than today. Everybody understand that? Most of the leads, people that you present your stuff to, leads you generate, are not going to be ready to do something today, a little further out. That's why we're talking about follow-up, and it's so important. So if that's true, then it only makes sense that we lead with an offer for the majority of the people. And the offer is, hey, since you're not quite ready to talk to me, we've got a free report you can order that details this guaranteed sale program. If you are ready to call me, you can call me direct at this number. That's why it's set up that way. That's what we found to be best. And this is how you generate more leads than you're getting right now. Okay? So that's your letterhead. This is your business card. Look, everybody looking at this, this is your business card. This is your letterhead banner. This is your banner on your branded landing pages on your website, on your social media pages. This is it right here. Okay, good. All right, so now let's go back to the Word document that has the copy. You can copy and paste and modify. This is follow-up seller prospect cover letter number 1. Okay? They're all very similar. Understand that the purpose of the cover letter is just an excuse for you to deliver the message of why they should do business with you over and above anybody else to the seller. It's your excuse mechanism to get your USP out there. Okay? All right, so check it out. List of information enclosed. So on each one of these cover letters, I outline what's enclosed. Where do you find these materials that are enclosed? Correct. You find them on the coaching site in the Dan Kennedy materials. Okay? So I'll just hop back there. While that's loading up, we'll go back here and look at this. About the exclusive citywide buyer's agent network, the Todd Walters team approach, what happens from listing to sell, warning, lies, and misconceptions. These flyers on each one of these cover letters, you will find, okay, in the Dan Kennedy material library. So here I am back on the coaching site, okay, in the file library, Dan Kennedy material library, and there they are. Okay, there's all those materials that are attached. Okay, so for example, Citywide Buyer Agents Network. There it is right there. ID 557. So it's not hard for you to figure this out. Pretty easy to copy and implement. So we put the materials right there at your disposal. Okay. Now that you have a general idea, okay, let's look at some more specifics. So don't leave me just yet. Please hang in there. I'm going to try to get through the rest of this in about 10 more, maybe 15 minutes. Okay, but I want to show you what this really should look like, this package overall, and some very important particulars. Okay, so be ready to write this down, because this is where a lot of members miss how to improve response rates. Let me repeat, improve response rates from your follow-up materials. Okay? Okay, so number one. What's on the back of these flyers? Okay, well, check it out. I'm going to give you a special ID number that should be on the back of these flyers. You ready? So let me find that here real fast. I've got it. Let me find it right here and pull it up. I'm going to give you the ID number on it. Platinum Follow-Up Systems Library. Here we go. Okay, and we're going to call this the back of your Dan Kennedy flyers. Okay. Everybody with me? Write that down. The back side, the back page. It's not going to be blank. There should never be blank paper going out, especially with marketing materials, in your envelopes. Okay? So where was it? Let me find out here where I am. 1 second. Platinum. Okay. Back of your Dan Kennedy flyer. All right? So check it out. Here it is. I'm going to give you the ID number on it. You can search it up. This is an example. Okay, it's ID 982. Everybody see that? Let's just download it and take a look at it right now. What do you say? So you want to know what the back of it looks like? There it is. So we'll look at the front side of the flyer in a minute, but this is the back of all those Dan Kennedy flyers. Okay? Now, I know what's happening right now. Some of you guys are saying, but Todd, I don't have any testimonials, and I haven't done that yet, or I don't have enough, and all those kind of things. Stop. Listen really close. This is a great coaching moment. What you're looking at right now are not testimonials. So when I talked to Tim and Carol, they told me the same thing. Todd, we don't have a lot of testimonials about X. And in this case, it was about expireds and FSBO. Because I told them, I said, only use testimonials in this marketing piece. I better be careful here. Our discussion centered around direct mail to expireds and for sale by owners. Okay, so I said you need testimonials for sale by owners and expireds, and we don't have any. I was like, yes, you do. Okay, just use facts. So on the back of your Dan Kennedy flyers, just use facts. Okay, and that's what these are. These are facts, simple facts. Okay, so for example, picture of the house that they sold. 324 East Sagebrush Street, canceled with another agent after being on the market for 65 days. Carol listed the property and had an accepted offer within 5 days. It's just a fact. Okay? They didn't call the seller and say, will you give us a testimony or anything like that. They just listed a simple fact. Okay? This family over here holding the sold sign, I have no idea who that is. And I'm going to bet my Hummer in the parking lot. Okay? I'll bet my Hummer in the parking lot. These people here holding the for sale sign are not the people at 324 Sagebrush Street. Okay, There's pictures of people that they've done some business with. So she at least had that. But what I want you to do is you need to assemble facts. When you sell one of your listings, there are a set of facts, and that's what you can easily populate the back of these Dan Kennedy flyers. So bottom line, back of those Dan Kennedy flyers, going out individually or as attachments, should have testimonials on the back. No testimonials, use facts. Sweet. That's pretty good. You guys have got something today. All right, now notice this. This is a light yellow colored paper. Okay, so let's go back to our cover letter and let's look at these attachments down here. Okay, let me, matter of fact, let me draw a little pin around this. Okay, so if I'm including these three flyers, these three Dan Kennedy flyers behind this cover letter in this envelope, and we'll look at what the envelope looks like momentarily. But if I'm going to include them, I showed you what goes on the back of them. Okay, I don't need to show you what goes on the front because just go pull the flyer out. Okay, so I'm going to save that for now just based for the sake of time. But I would print them on some other colored paper than white. Your cover letters in white, yay. These Dan Kennedy flyers, just put them on some different colored paper. So maybe flyer number 1 is on light yellow, flyer number 2 light green, flyer number 3 light pink, for example. Okay? We want to draw some differentiation to the messages that we're sending them. We want to draw some attention to the different messages that we're sending them. So what we discovered is light colored paper, light colors, colored paper, will help you separate the materials. Make them stand out. So that's a tip. It's not necessary, but it's a tip. Okay? All right, so good. So let's repeat. There's 6 cover letters. Every cover letter is very similar. Every cover letter lists what should be attached. You'll find the attachments in the Dan Kennedy file library. On your letterhead, make sure you have your USP and call to action, your brand. Okay? On the Dan Kennedy flyers, they're printed on colored paper. What's on the back of the Dan Kennedy flyer? Testimonials. Okay, it's starting to look like a pretty good follow-up piece, isn't it? That's right. Okay, now, let's package it up. Let's package it up. Let me see how good I am here on the fly, because I forgot to pull this up ahead of time. I'm going to go to one of our upcoming conference folders. Oh, my goodness. Hang with me. Ah, here we go. Okay, I'm going to show you a branded envelope. Okay, everybody with me? I'm going to show you a branded envelope. Let me open that up here. I'll show it to you. Okay, branded envelope. You already have the lead. Now that you have the lead, brand them up. You have the lead, brand them. You have the lead, brand them. Okay, so this is just a PDF of, you know, example of what a branded envelope would look like. Okay. Okay, the return label has your return address on it. But notice in this return label, I might need to blow that up a little bit. Okay, is your guarantee. Your home sold guaranteed or I'll buy it. Your home sold or I'll buy it. Your phone number, your web address. Your phone number, your web address, then your return label. Okay. Most of you, when I look at your mail right now, I've got a lot of it right here. You got your name, you got your company name, you have a return address, but there's no USP, which reveals a lot about your business. It reveals a lot about you as a marketer. Okay, so if you can't get your USP in your return label, when you're trying to brand people and doing business with you that you already generated lead from, where else is it missing? Okay, so that's a pretty good coaching tool. Let's shrink this back down. Okay, next, this message here. Okay, what do we put here? Well, okay, let's, here we go. Most of you have seen this before. I'll throw it up here again. Branded envelope session, custom images. Okay, everybody see that? Recruiting, past client, referral, fulfillment, expires and FSBOs, platinum follow-up to seller prospects. That's what we're talking about today. So the message I'm going to put on the outside of my envelope, important information about the sale of your home inside. Important information about the sale of your home inside. Important information about the sale of your home inside. Important information about the sale of your home inside. You better get that? It's on the outside of the envelope. Okay? So, right there. Important information about the sale of your home inside.
A bunch of our members are asking where they find this.
Yep, I'm going to give you the ID number. Okay? Let's look at the back of the envelope. And then we'll go and I'll give you some ID numbers on some branded envelope examples. The back of the envelope is your, you guessed it, your USP and your call to action. It's basically your business card blown up. Got your picture there, your credentials and all that kind of stuff. Everybody get that? Okay, that's very simple. You want to use colored envelopes to match some colored inside? That's fine. Not that big of a deal. Okay, so let's go back to the coaching site. And let me give you some ID numbers on branded envelope examples. Here's one here, ID 981. Let's download this and check it out. Okay, look at that. It's the same one I'm showing you. Okay, at the conference, I'm going to show you several member examples. Okay, but we put the template here for you guys to check out. Everybody good?
A couple of questions right before we move on. One, I thought we were supposed to use handwritten envelopes, and two, I thought it was supposed to be mailed in a plain white handwritten envelope.
Okay, you can do that. But when you generate the lead, Brandon. Okay, so here's what happened. Let's put this in context. We generated a lead and we talked to the lead. Remember, this is the follow-up system for people that we've spoken to. Okay, as a matter of fact, I'll throw that up on the screen here. This is Section 7, follow-up systems. Everybody see that? Section 7, follow-up systems in the Platinum Millionaire Agent Maker Business Plan. So what I'm sharing with you today comes right out of the Platinum Business Plan. Okay, so if you don't have the Platinum Business Plan, I'll show you where to get that in a minute. That's what the cover of the business plan looks like. I'll let that download so everybody can see it. Okay, and I'll just go to the index page right here. I'll let that load so everybody can see it. And check this out. I won't blow it up, but I'll tell you what that says right there. It says Platinum Follow-Up Systems, page 39. Platinum Follow-Up System, page 39. I'll answer the question a little bit more deeper here in a minute. Let's go to page 39. Okay, where's page 30? There's 26. And let's go to page 39. It's right after lead generation. 37, 38, 39, Platinum Follow-Up Systems. So all I've done today is I've walked you through the follow-up system as it pertains to the business plan. Okay, now, remember very carefully what we started out saying. We talked to the lead. We have talked to the lead. Let me repeat, we have spoken to the lead. We've determined that this lead is going to be followed up with based on our conversation that we've had with them. We're not mailing people these things unless we, quote, talk to them. The lead has agreed to take our newsletter. The prospect has agreed to allow us to follow back up with them. So it only makes sense in context with this prospect to go ahead and work on branding the lead. So that will include a branded envelope as far as the control is in this system. What you're referring to, the person that asked that question, was for leads that we haven't spoken to when you're fulfilling their request, like a free report or something. Okay? So, good question, and I'm glad that we were able to get the differences in there. Okay? So, very important. All right, so let's back up, and let's talk about the packaging a little bit more. We've looked at envelope. I got some pretty good member examples here, if I can. I just didn't put my hand on them, but I wanted to show them to you. I don't know what I scanned them in here and I sent them to Titanium guys, and I'll be dang if I Can't find the member example that I wanted to show you, but that's okay. Okay. All right, so in the envelope, you want to also include your business card. Okay. In the envelope, you want to also include your business card. Okay. So let's go back to Platinum Follow-Up Systems. And I'll open up my computer screen here in a minute so you can see that. Okay. Branded envelope. Important information about the sale of your home inside, special message. Handwritten on the outside of the envelope, printed in handwritten font, circled. Okay. Inside the envelope, your cover letter, the Dan Kennedy materials that are saved that are attached on covered colored paper. And you drop in your business card. What does your business card look like? Okay. What does your business card look like? Okay, well, I think I showed you guys what the business card should look like. It looks exactly like you would see in the ad generator. Exactly like you would see in the ad generator. Okay, that's what your business card looks like. Some of you guys are asking, well, what should the back of the business card look like, Todd? Okay, well, let's take a look. So if I'm mailing to seller prospects here, let's see if I've got a pretty good example of the back of a seller business card. Give me a minute here to run through some stuff on my screen so you guys aren't freaking out as I'm doing that. I got it. Backside of your business cards. Let me see if I can rotate that view there. Okay. Rotate clockwise. There we go. How's that look, Andrew? Can you guys see that?
That's perfect.
Okay. So, what goes on the back of my business cards? Well, in this case, if I'm direct mailing to a seller prospect like we've been talking about today, a longer-term seller prospect, I like the back of George's card here. I can tell a little bit more of the story, like we're the agent with the buyers. Okay? This one's recruiting, obviously. This one is referral, so that'll be past clients. This one down the bottom maybe is going to buyers. These are the back. I repeat, this is the back of business cards. This is the back of your business cards. It's the back of your business. You would probably have 4 business cards, depending on contextual marketing. Okay, in this case, we're marketing to seller prospects that we're trying to follow up with, convert to listings at some point. So I like that card right there on the top. So if you're trying to figure out what to put on the back of your cards for seller prospects, that's pretty good. And you already know what the front of the card should look like, right? Okay, I showed you that. That's right off the ad generator. Okay, good. So put it all together. Branded envelope, seller prospect, follow-up, cover letter. Yep, very good. And Dan Kennedy flyer attachments. Drop in your USP business card. Decide how often they're going to receive the materials. There's 6 cover letters. When you run through them, you start them over. Okay, now, let me show you a couple things not to do, and then we'll take a couple of questions here. Okay, so here it is. Let me open this up. Okay, I'm going to go to my little folder I've got here. This is some things I carry around to the Platinum boot camps, just materials. Okay, so here are a few examples of maybe what I probably wouldn't do. Okay, so here's Mark. So Mark was really good. When we rolled this out and said, hey man, this is what your follow-up material should look like. So Mark jumped on it. He did it, sent it over to me, and I held on to it, what he originally sent me. Okay, so this is what he originally sent me. And I say, hey man, this is pretty good. But a couple of things here on your letterhead, okay, the header on it, you're leading with Gastineau Real Estate Team. Okay, that's not why I'm going to do business with you, is because you're Gastineau Real Estate Team. But I would do business with you because you will sell my home guaranteed, or you'll buy it. So what you want to do here is you want to lead with the USP. So let's take a look. Check this out, okay? So get a good look at this as letterhead. All right, now let's go back and let's look at the coaching site, ad generator, USP ads, for sellers, okay? And your home sold or I'll buy it. That's the guarantee that Mark is making. And so you see that. Look at this. You guys can see that offer and call to action. Okay, as you see this, you don't see Craig Proctor Real Estate on top of your home sold or I'll buy it. It's to the bottom left underneath the picture. Okay, so check it out. Let's go back to Mark's. And let's go back to the control. That's what you want your letterhead to do, call to action. Okay, so I kept that for Mark, for that reason, so I can show you guys maybe some things you don't do or how you can make it better. Now, is this a killer? Is this going to kill you? No. It's just not as good as what I just showed you. All right, let me show you something else. Okay, I like Mark's use of doodles. That's good stuff. It's good stuff. Draws attention to very specific things. Okay? All right. So here are a list of Dan Kennedy materials. But on the cover letters that I give you guys, there's only three. There's only 3 flyers in each one. And here's why. We've weighed them all. Like, if you're in the States, if you go with 4 flyers in here, man, you're going to be overweight. You're going to have to use additional stamps. Okay, so I guess you probably don't want to do that. Okay, so that's why there's only 3. But in Mark's cover, he's got 4, so he's going to be using double stamps. All right, so if you're okay with 3, you're okay with 3. Okay, but see, he's got in here our list of home buyers. So he decided that it was worth the extra stamp to include a list of buyers that he has, which is, you guys may have seen that flyer before, but it's a screenshot of his contact management system list of buyers that he includes in it. I thought that was pretty cool. So, but again, that's fine. That's fine. I'm not telling you to go and do that, but I'm telling you that you can do that. Okay? But it will put you over budget on your stamp. All right, let's don't stop there. Let's look at a couple other of the things. Okay? All right, here it is. Let me draw attention to this right here. This is important. Pay attention. Then we're going to go straight to the questions, okay? Special report. Don't play blind archery when selling your home. Okay, so I covered it up there with my highlighter, but okay. This is important. Listen to me. The reason you want to copy the cover letters that are on the coaching site, 13, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, and 46, versus arbitrarily copying other members' stuff, okay, is because they may have bummed something up, okay? So Mark here, when I first got this, I said, hey, Mark, you're sending Dan Kennedy materials to people that do not promote you. So it's out of context. And he's like, huh? What do you mean? I said, yes. Some of the Dan Kennedy materials do not promote you. For example, the agent selection guide. And some of you guys who don't know anything about what I'm talking about, because you haven't gotten quite into this yet, there's about 4 flyers that are in the Platinum follow-up system. And I want to be on record as saying this right now in this webinar that will get recorded for all of history. Okay? I'm going to go to the file library and I'm going to show you. We use these when trying to stage the interview, if they're interviewing other agents. That's part of the training that we give you on the listing presentation, Platinum Listing Sales System. I work on this at the workshops. The workshop coming up, Platinum OSA workshop, I get into that, right? So if I go to the Dan Kennedy material library, check it out, man. Some of this in here is the agent selection guide. Okay? Let's take a look at some of them. I know what they are, but I'll show them to you here real fast here. Okay? Playing blind archery, okay? And lesser agent versus me, okay? And these are the big ones right here. Okay, those 4 right there are 100% part of the agent selection guide. They do not promote you. They don't mention you. There's no braggadocio going on here on any level. No unique selling proposition mentioned at all. But we use these in context when helping people that are going to be interviewing other real estate agents. We frame the interview, and this is what we give them. Okay? So don't use those materials in your follow-up system. You don't have to worry about it if you copy the cover letters that I told you to copy. Okay? So if we go back to the Platinum Follow-Up Systems library, just to wrap this up, if you copy the prospect cover letters 1 and 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, man, you're good. Can't screw it up. Because I tell you, like if I download seller prospect cover letter number 6, okay, and open that bad boy up right here. There it is. There's the attachments. You just can't, you can't mess it up. I listed on there which attachments should go with each cover letter. Okay. You'll notice too on the one that Mark sent me, he left out the bride. This bride is a big deal. Big deal. I would recommend you don't leave that out. Okay. So anyway, so there's a little. Now, Mark, that was his original pass. So in all fairness to Mark, you know, he said, okay, thank you, Todd. He sent them to me, and I responded and said, you could do this, do that, change this, add that, just like I did with you guys today. Okay, great. And then it becomes perfection. Okay, so let's throw up our handy-dandy checklist here, Platinum Follow-Up Systems. There you go. Okay, that summary, page 39, right out of the Platinum Millionaire Agent Maker Business Plan. Copy and implement, you're good to go. All right, so I think we got a couple of 2 or 3 questions we didn't answer there. Andrea, we probably should take those.
Yes, I noticed there's a few questions about buyers, so I'm going to try to group them all together. So they want to know about the buyer cover letters, talk more about the buyer list, and there was one more, I'm sorry. Someone needed you to clarify the follow-up for buyers completely, and what do they do with sync if they are not a sync lead? Should they enter them?
Okay, great. Okay, so let me ask you, when you guys generate buyer leads and they say, no, we're not really planning on making a move anytime in the next 3 to 6 months, okay, or, you know, we don't really know. So they fall into this longer term follow-up category, and they're strictly a buy first prospect. They have no house to sell. Okay, the same rules still apply. You're going to call back in half the time they say. They're going to get your newsletter, your electronic newsletter. Okay, we offered that to them. They said yes to it, right? And again, half the time they said, you know, in their callback, right? So we got those 2 things scheduled. So your question is, what do we mail them? And if I'm going to mail them anything, it's snapshots of houses. Okay, that's it. Houses. Buyers want houses. So I'm going to demonstrate I'm the guy with the houses. What many agents do is that you start branding them on doing business with you. Buyers are not going to do business with you unless you're the agent with the houses. So if you can't demonstrate that you got access to homes that they can't get on their own or from nobody else, you're not going to get any buyers. So I just recommend that you simply send snapshots of homes for sale. That's it. Just send them a few lists of homes. That's it. Follow up. But what's happening with the majority of you, the buyers that you generate are already getting those. They're already getting them. Okay? If you're a CP Millionaire Agent Platform user powered by Commissions Inc., all of the buyers that you're generating are getting houses right now. Okay? So that's how it works with buyers. It's not that complicated. All right, so nothing more complicated than that. I think I've answered that fairly well, outside of being specific with maybe a lead that you generate and you're not really sure what to do. So, all right, let's go to the next question.
Okay, Steve is saying, or he's typing in, on the 6 letters, do we address with the lead's name or leave it generic?
No. If you know their name, you definitely want to call them by name. That's a good question there, for sure. Absolutely. If you know their name is John Smith, Mr. Smith, definitely put their name in there. Customize as much of your marketing directly to the prospect that you can if you know their name. So good question. But with the CRM, you should be able to do that. You can print the cover letters, okay, with their names already printed on them. it just takes it from that field, puts it right on there. Okay, so good question. Next.
Okay, we have a couple of questions about the Dan Kennedy flyer ID number 982. One of the questions is, can you show me where to find the back of that flyer? And then another was, all of the letters have ID 982 on the back with testimonials, ?
Okay, let's see if we can figure that one out. Let's go ID 982, see what that is. Since I don't know off the top of my head, we'll try to bring it up. Back of DK mailing. Okay, so this is just a sample of if you're using a Dan Kennedy flyer. So let's just pull one up. Okay, pull up my all-time favorite Dan Kennedy flyer. Okay, you guys ready? All right, here's my all-time favorite Dan Kennedy flyer. So let me go to the Kennedy Library. Okay, and let me show you my all-time favorite one. Everybody with me? Let me find it here. It's right here. Who hires us? Here it is. My all-time favorite Dan Kennedy flyer. Who hires us? Can't tell you guys how great this marketing language is. Okay, here's the Dan Kennedy flyer. Who hires us? Okay, so the pictures didn't download, but that's okay. I've got some security settings set up right here. All right, but anyway, so this is the Dan Kennedy flyer. That's the marketing content. Everybody see that? Whatever ID number that was, what ID number was that? That was ID 567. Okay, well, what goes on the back of that Kennedy flyer? Okay, well, that would be the ID number that we were just talking about. What'd you say, Andrea? 982? 981?
982, yes. I totally did the questions, but I believe that's what it was, 982.
Okay. So that goes on the back. So on all of your Kennedy flyers, if you're sending them out as a flyer, just put this on the back. Okay, testimonials. Same thing. It's okay. The back of all your Kennedy flyers can be exactly the same. That's way cool. All right. Great question. We got time for one more. Uno más.
Lisa would like to know, if you don't have their address or they're not willing to give it to you, would you ever send the information by email, or what would you send?
All right, so ask that again.
If you don't have their address, would you ever send this information by email?
No, I just wouldn't. If you don't have their address, I guess what she's saying is that she hasn't been able to catch up with them. She hasn't talked to them on the telephone. Got a lead, only have their email. So, and I understand. So the question is, hey, we generated a lead, we think. They gave us their email address. We have their phone number, but we can't reach them. Or we don't have their phone number, but we got their email address for sure. No address. Okay, I think they're a seller prospect, and I think they're interested in moving. Should I go ahead and start emailing them stuff, assuming that they're planning on making a move? And it's just not something that Craig and I did. Okay, we had so many leads that we didn't spend a lot of time with the ones that we didn't know if they were planning on making a move or not. We didn't mail follow-up materials like we've talked about today to people unless we talked to them. When we talked to them, they told us if they were moving or not, planning on making a move or not, and when they were planning on making a move, and that told us what to send them and when. Otherwise, it's likely we're going to guess wrong, get the wrong materials at the wrong time, the wrong frequency, wrong message to market match, and we actually harm our ability to convert the lead or brand them on doing business with us. So if you're generating a lot of leads, it's okay if some of them you're not able to reach or get in touch with because you have plenty. It becomes a problem when you really don't have enough leads and can catch up with them and that sort of thing. And I understand that. So that's a separate issue. And we definitely should address that on an upcoming webinar or conference for sure. All right. So anyway, all-time favorite Dan Kennedy flyer. So I'm going to throw this back up there, leave it with you on this. This is page 39. As of this moment in history, this webinar will be recorded today. So it's very well likely the page number has changed by the time somebody watches this webinar in the future. Okay, Platinum follow-up systems. It is Section 6. It's unlikely that will change in the Millionaire Agent Maker Business Plan. And this is a summary of the follow-up system, primarily to seller prospects that aren't quite ready to make a move or planning to make a move in the next 3 to 6 months. What happens next? So, great webinar today, and congratulations for being on it, helping yourself out there. Now go ahead and let's copy and implement this system. Mail the stuff to your coach or me, and let's shop it around a little bit. We'll get it right, and it's okay. It doesn't have to be perfect. We don't even know what that is. All we do is we set a control, and this is what we went through today. This is the franchise system, and I showed you some great stuff that Mark was doing, adding into his that improved, or he believed improved the response rates. So there are some variations of things we can do here, as long as it is within our system and the box is within our Millionaire Agent Maker system. Okay? All right. Great. Thank you very much, Andrea. Thank you. Great job. We'll all get back to work and sell some homes. That's going to wrap up our webinar. Let's go sell big.
Thank you, Todd. Thank you, everyone, for joining. Have a wonderful afternoon. Talk to you all again soon.